Hey, welcome to another episode of The Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert BOBTV Brown. Before we get into the segment, by the end of this video, I want you to do a few things for me. First of all, if you like the video, hit the like button. Please do. If you don't like it, hit unlike. It's okay. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Sometimes, as Jimmy Dore would say, you find yourself unsubscribed and you need to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell right next to it so you can be notified when a new video is being dropped. Whoop, there it is. And more importantly, the super chat will be on for this segment. So if you want to donate toward the efforts of Bob TV, that's freely up to you. I do have a job, but any amount will help toward the growth of this channel. And more important, let us help you help us by introducing you to a program. There's a link down below that says Equal Justice for All. You're going to click that video link and there's some educational tutorial about a phenomenal program in America that is really making equal justice a reality for every citizen. So this program is phenomenal. The proceeds from you participating in the program will go back, 10% will go back into the Bob TV YouTube channel. So anyway, my name is Robert Brown with The Rob Report. Let's get into it. Hey, good day. Welcome to another episode of The Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert BOBTV Brown. Long time no see, brother. Been out there in the field handling business with some organizing. But today, Chris Cumo, Mr. Primetime himself, loses his crap. Watch this.
Bitches from the right call me Fredo.
I thought that's who you were.
No, punk ass bitches from the right call me Fredo. My name is Chris Cumo. I'm an anchor on CNN.
Oh, you're much.
Fredo is from The Godfather. He was that weak brother.
Isn't that your
and
brother?
And they use it as an Italian aspersion. Any of you Italian? Are you Italian? It's a fucking insult to your people. It's an insult to your fucking people. It's like the N-word for us.
Wow.
Is that a cool fucking thing?
You're a much more reasonable guy in person than you seem to be on television.
Yeah, but if you want to play, then we'll fucking play. If you got something you want to say about what I do on television, then say it. But don't call me a fucking insult.
Hey, listen.
What?
I don't want any problems.
Yeah, you're going to have a big fucking problem.
What's the problem?
It's a little different on TV. Don't fucking insult me like that.
I didn't insult you.
You call me Fredo. It's like I call you punk bitch. You like that? You want that to be your nickname?
I didn't call you that.
You called me Fredo. You know my name's not fucking Fredo.
I thought your name was.
You did not think my name was fucking Fredo. Don't be a liar. You want to be a man, stand up like a man.
I'm standing up, man.
You want to be a man, I'm here. Then fucking own it. Then own what you said.
Hey.
Then own what you said.
Listen, man, I don't have a problem with you, man.
You're going to have a fucking problem.
What? What are you going to do about it?
I'll fucking ruin your shit.
Then.
I'll fucking throw you down these stairs like a fucking punk.
Please do.
Why, so you can fucking sue? So you can fucking sue?
Well, why don't you do it?
Go take a swing. You want to call me Fredo? Take a fucking swing.
I'm not going to swing.
Take a fucking swing. Watch your fucking hands. Take a swing. Watch your fucking hands. Take a swing. No, come on, boy. Come on, boy. You want to call me shit? Call me shit then.
Hey, listen, man.
I'm right fucking
I'm not
here.
doing anything.
I'll fucking wreck your shit. I'll fucking wreck your shit.
Stop.
You didn't know what you were doing when
I
you
thought
called
it
me
was your
Fredo?
name.
I
thought it was your name.
You didn't know, right?
Hey,
You didn't know what you were saying, right?
I thought it was his name.
I'm
breaking it up. I'm breaking it up. This is my body. Hey, look at all these cameras. You're in for it. You're in for it.
I'm in for what?
You're
You
in
call me
for
fucking
it.
Fredo?
You're in for it.
You call me Fredo?
So well, look at here. Mr. Chris Cumo, Mr. Primetime, get in the altercation, and the guy, simply because the guy called him Fredo. Now, if you Godfather fans like me, you know Fredo was a weak guy. It was a sellout. He was a rat. He was a snitch. He was not the type of guy. He was pretty lowball. And to be an Italian and be called a Fredo is an insult. Just like I agree with him on that. That's just like calling somebody the N-word and being black. That's an insult, calling him Fredo. Now, Chris Cumo, let me remind you of something. It ain't nothing ever like being called the N-word. The N-word is the most degrading word in history. It basically strips you of your rights as American citizens. Somebody calling you Fredo is not a stripping of who you are. Sure, it may call you weak, it may call you a sellout, but it don't call you a person that is pretty much property, pretty much have no identity. So don't ever compare Fredo to the N-word. Now let me get back to Chris Cumo. Now Chris Cumo, don't get me wrong, he's Italian, and that Italian came out. And Chris Cuomo does know some martial arts, so I'm quite sure he would have beat down that guy if that guy would have touched him. And when you have that kind of power and you know your ability in fighting skills, you tend to talk down to people and you want people to kind of provoke you. And Chris was provoking this guy, and he wanted a piece of this guy. And believe me, I believe Chris Cuomo would have beat the crap out of this guy. But Chris Cuomo, question, brother. Where's this toughness when it comes to you reporting the news? Where's this toughness when it comes to you pushing back against CNN when they give you something that you know you don't need to be reporting on? Oh no, you push back on this dude. You're ready to stand up for who you are, stand up for your Italian heritage, and look at that as an insult for him to call you Fredo. But when it's time to report on Flint, Michigan, when it's time to report on black crime, where was the investigation on Sandra Bland and her so-called hanging? What was your prime time there, bruh? Oh, you talk all this tough talk when you talk to this guy at some carnival who call you Fredo. And you should be, if that is an insult word in your community, you have every right to be upset. But there's people who are going through literal insults today from corporate media and from corporate America and from our own federal government, but you won't stand up for them. But you'll stand up for yourself, Chris Cuomo. You'll stand up for yourself. I say this, you probably talk a good game and you probably ready to fight that fight, but you still show weakness. You show yourself a punk B, as you want to call it. Because CNN punk you out every day. When you know you're supposed to be reporting real news, you get punked out. When you're supposed to be reporting real polls, you get punked out. When you know certain things that American people need and you know they need it, you punk up and kiss up to the corporate class. When Tulsi Gabbard get up there, you punk up and you allow CNN to give you questions so you can feed the Tulsi Gabbard to smear her. You know she don't deserve that smearing, but you punk up. You punk up when it comes to the talk of reparation. You punk up. You think it's something that's going to cause a problem. It's going to cause dissension in America. Who gives a crap? Who gives a crap? Because that brother did cause dissension upon you, and you're ready to stand up and whoop his behind over it. But when it comes to reparation, you don't think black people should stand up and be ready to fight for that? Like you're ready to fight because you got offended? So Cuomo, it's good to see you in another side, in another light. Mr. Tough Guy, somebody who would not allow anybody to call him a low-grade, degrading Italian word, Fredo. But people are going through low-graded situations and circumstances every day, and you, being the newsman, are allowing CNN to punk you out every day because you will not stand up for them. You're afraid you're gonna go through a situation like Phil Donahue. Oh, you punk out there, right? You're afraid you're gonna go through a situation like Ed Schultz. Oh, you feel like you're punking out right there, right? Get out of here with this stuff, man. You talk that tough talk game, and look. Why don't you be tough talking to your own network? Why don't you be tough talking to these corporate elite? Why don't you be tough talking to these military complexes that show their videos during your commercial, and these pharmaceutical industries who pay for your show? Why don't you tough talk them, Mr. Tough Guy? Nah, because when it comes to standing up somebody ready to fist fight somebody, you talk a good game. But when it comes to fight for the American people and the things they really need, you don't own up. You punk out. I'm Robert Brown with the Robert Report. I'll holler at you later. Peace.